crash out continues. Hamas Diddy Bin Laden Adolf Epstein Piker over here has been criticizing me, that's a nice way to say it. He has been slandering me, he's been crashing out over me, he's been losing his absolute mind over me. The government is coming after him for his gigantic airport hoax, which I covered, and also he is pissing people off on the internet by supporting more terrorist organizations. This guy over here is known by a lot of people as the largest leftist political streamer of all time. As you can see, he has made multiple videos like what everyone got wrong about my detainment. Slop troopers are playing with fire, talking about his detainment. I was detained by Customs and Border Patrol. 3 videos talking about how he was detained in order to smear Trump for coming up against freedom of speech. And it was a lie, baby. If you've been keeping up to date with history's greatest franchise, the How F is Hasan Piker franchise, you would know that this is in fact not true. All right, this is when he got arrested. This is when he made up lies, and this is proof that he lied. So you can definitely tune into the How F is Hasan Piker franchise. If you want to actually see more details, definitely subscribe. But I want to tell you something right here, right now. Hassan is trying so hard to debate Asmongold. He wants to debate Asmongold so badly. Asmongold's refusing him. I want to tell you something that's very true that will piss Hassan off immensely, because we know Hassan watches the How F is Hasan Piker franchise. He literally had an entire meltdown on stream about me today. It was fantastic. So I want to make something clear. Not only is Hasan Piker currently 460% cooked, but Hassan is trying so hard to debate Asmongold because Asmongold is a way bigger content creator than he is. Look at the views on Hassan's channel. All right, these are the views on Hassan's channel. All right, I want to make something clear. Let's look at the views on Asmongold's channel. All right, let's look at the views on Asmongold's channel. We could even just look at his clips channel. That doesn't matter. Pull up any Asmongold channel. All right, not even close. Not even close, bro. Millions of views, all right? So, bro, you're outclassed. You just want to talk to him for clout. You should talk to someone your own size, largest leftist political streamer. Like me! I am almost as big as you are on YouTube, brother. Listen, let's have a friendly debate. I mean, you're calling me a pedophile all the time, but pick on someone your own size. Like me. I don't know, what you're just trying to suck some clout off of Asmongold's titties. We all know the reality. He's too much of a pussy to talk to me, that's the truth for sure. And I will show you literal evidence of all of this. Don't worry, boys and girl, it's gonna be huge. So, Pirate Wires says news broke out earlier this week that Twitch streamer Hasan Piker has been detained at the O'Hare airport and questioned about his political beliefs by a Customs and Border Protection agent on the trip back from Paris. According to reports in the Washington Post, NBC News, CBS News, Associated Press, New York Times, BBC, and virtually every other mainstream outlet, leftist specifically, Piker was questioned or detained for 2 hours. Right, this is the story that Hassan made, that his freedom of speech is in jeopardy. His freedom of speech is literally in jeopardy. This is so sad. I cannot believe his freedom of speech is in trouble. But because they asked him questions in an airport. All right, we're all on the same page. We're all on the same page. This is the story that's been happening lately. All right, this is the story. But don't worry, guys. Don't worry, guys. The Daily Show called him a political prisoner, which is somehow a whole ass other level. The problem? It was a total lie! Oh, good. Oh, good! He Jussie Smolletted too close to the sun. A simple look at the actual timeline of events shows that Hassan could not have been detained for 2 hours. The amount of time he was screened for was at most 50 minutes. The length of his questioning was probably not more than 18 minutes, according to statements Hassan himself made. Regardless, the media unscrupulously stenographed Piker's own claims, failed to corroborate them, and in effect repeated in unison an unambiguous falsehood. The inaccuracy was formed on the sole basis of a hyper-partisan media true coverage that followed. Without it, a story of an 18-minute screening at most would not be news or views. So, the media is pushing back. People are finally realizing this is all a lie. He's a fraud. He's not just a fraud, but he single-handedly tarnished the reputation of the entire mainstream liberal media. Bro got debunked so hard. If you want to see the full debunk logic, you can check out 100% proof Hassan lied about his arrest. This is a banger. Absolutely. I go through the entire timeline and prove that it's a lie. Without a shadow of a doubt, it's a lie. that's another video. Don't pay any attention to that. Without a shadow of a doubt, that's a lie. But the irony is the media is starting to pick up on the fact that it's a lie. The media is starting to realize he's a phony, he's a fraud, he's a liar, he's manipulating people, and he's trying to make some sort of hoax, scandal, bullshit. And I'll be real, this is awesome. This is so good. The how effed is Hasan Piker industrial complex is actually growing on a metric scale. In fact, Dan says, hey, Hassan, might want to start damage control on earlier versus later CBS Chicago is trying to get the information of the 2-hour detention. Why don't we take a look at what CBS Chicago has to say about this, right? Because I don't know. This is fun.
A popular streamer with more than 2 million followers says he was detained and questioned at O'Hare Airport for more than 2 hours.
This all happened as he was headed here to speak at the University of Chicago, and now federal workers are pushing back. Our Sarah Maki
baby!
With details. Sarah?
Oh God, dude! These people, they're all fans of the How Fucked is Hasan Piker franchise. I'm telling you, no one likes the Hasan Piker franchise more than the fucking media.
Yeah, that prominent Twitch streamer, Hasan Piker, he said to an Institute of Politics crowd that he was pulled out of line and questioned for hours right here at O'Hare Airport because of his political beliefs. And
by the way, this is a lie. Let me make this clear. This is a lie on two fronts. It's not only a lie that he was detained for 2 hours, but it was also a lie that they actually questioned him about his political beliefs. He didn't lie about, that's not why they asked him questions. They asked him questions, and I'm sure that people in the mainstream media are going to be watching this video for their next scoop. So, hi, mainstream media. I got you guys. The real info. Hassan supports multiple United States designated terrorist organizations, as I will show future in this video. He did it again. And he said America deserved 9/11. I do not want to be on a flight with the guy that says America deserved 9/11. Am I crazy? Am I insane here? No, I am not. I am the only normal one, surrounded by a sea of tards. Sorry, bro. I don't want to be on the same flight as the guy that said America deserved 9/11. In my opinion, I think America has all the right to not let them board planes. That's my opinion. I think they have that right. They do have that right to call him a flight risk, in my opinion. Bro supported terrorist organizations like the Houthis while they were at war with the American government. He supported a terrorist organization while the American government was at war with them. Okay? I'm sorry, bro. They have every right to detain him. And they didn't detain him. That's the incredible double tier lie here.
His criticism of the current administration. We are asking for video of that incident, so it's hard to say exactly what happened, but we turned to our legal analysts to find out what your rights would be.
Oh.
An agent came out and took me into the interrogation room.
Oh, look at this little pussy. Look at his little pussy ass face over here. He's so scared. Watch him crash out of me on stream in just a minute. After we cover this lie, I'm going to show you the clip of him literally ending stream the moment I come up. It's amazing.
And they started asking me about crazy, like, do you like Donald Trump?
That's American-born Twitch.
They also asked him if he supports terrorist organizations and his thoughts on if America deserved 9/11, and also the time that he incited his audience of 2.8 million or whatever to murder a United States senator. Yes, he did that. By the way, that is a real thing that he did. He said, if you care about Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott, the United States Senator. He said that on stream to his tens of thousands of people. He says and laughs while he lies. I'm sorry, bro. You are so cooked. You're gonna be in jail, probably. I do have to say. And I know that the media will scream fascism, but it's not fascism. I'm sorry. Arresting people that provide material support to terrorist organizations? That's called the law.
Streamer and left-wing political commentator Hasan Piker recounting a 2-hour encounter with federal agents after he arrived in Chicago from a family vacation in Paris, an incident he talked about at length to his millions of followers.
Yeah! Dude, the more people that heard his lie, the better, because that just means he gaslighted and Jussie Smolletted more people. He went on stream on YouTube to create a gigantic hoax that the government is imprisoning people for supporting Trump. Isn't this, or criticizing Trump? And it's all a lie. The House of Cards is falling down. We're gonna get the quote-unquote detention footage where they ask him questions about supporting terrorist organizations. He is so cooked. It's fantastic. Oh, Lord.
Everything I've done is fully protected under the First Amendment, okay?
Actually, that's not true. Just to be clear, that is not true. The First Amendment does not protect incitement of violence and providing material aid to terrorist organizations. But hey.
And none of these questions are actually valid questions to ask.
That's also retarded. You're in a fucking airport. They can ask you any question they want. I'm sorry. Have you ever been in an airport? If you have, they've asked you questions. All sorts of questions. They could ask you whatever. Did you pack your bags? Do you have any liquids that are over 100 milliliters?
So we took that issue to our legal analyst, who says the location here is important.
Bro, dude, that's why I posted this meme on Twitter. Hassan's been crashing out that I'm back on Twitter, by the way. It's been really fun. Dude. Security of the airport getting more straightforward. Are you a terrorist? Yes, no. This is a violation of Hassan's First Amendment right.
International travelers do give up certain Fourth Amendment rights to search and seizure, but there is a line.
Immigration has an absolute right to ask you who you are and to see your identification, but they don't have a right to ask you questions and demand answers of things other than your identity and your citizenship.
What about if you support terrorists? Do they not have the right to ask you if you support terrorist organizations?
Homeland Security official acknowledged the incident, telling us, quote,
Bro, the Department of Homeland Security is in fact a fan of the How Fucked is Hasan Piker franchise on the Nuxanor YouTube channel. Oh my God! If this doesn't give you an excuse to hit that subscribe button and the join button right next to the subscribe button to support your boy, I don't know what does. The Department of Homeland Security, not only did they steal my idea for making a reality TV show for illegal immigrants, the Department of Homeland Security is considering a reality TV show pitch that would put immigrants through a series of challenges that can be for U.S. citizenship. I've literally been saying they should do Aliens versus Predators for a very long time. They are fans of the Nuxanor channel. We're making waves out here.
This is nothing but lying for likes. Claims that his political beliefs triggered the inspection are baseless.
I think it's worse than lying for likes. I think it's much worse than lying for likes. I think he's lying for A, likes and clout, of course, obviously. But B, I think he's doing it to smear the Trump administration.
Our officers are following the law.
It's a hoax.
Not agendas.
Insanely based response from the Department of Homeland Security. Hassan better be fucking quaking. This little hoax of his might have put him in the crosshairs of the Department of Homeland Security. And they're gonna watch him supporting terrorists? Oh, Lord.
Piker again addressing the issue on a Tuesday live stream.
They openly admit to it taking place.
No, they don't.
Right?
Nope. Wrong. He just, like, that's the Hassan lie. First Hassan lies, then someone tells him you're lying, and then he says they admit that what I said is true. And they never admitted that.
That I'm lying for likes is very funny.
Very funny.
Our legal analyst Miller says that all travelers always have a Fifth Amendment right to stay silent, though acknowledging there is a practical concern there. It may mean that you are held for a longer amount of time. He also said in this incident that he would have advised his clients to go with the flow, answer questions respectfully until you feel concerned. At that point, you are supposed to ask for a supervisor. Piker has since returned back home to his home in Los Angeles.
To his multi-million-dollar mansion in Los Angeles, where he yaps about socialism and Marxism and communism and how people shouldn't have the right to own property. Classic Hamas diddler Piker. So Asmongold also reacted to this, so I feel like it's important to check this out. I think it's important. It's just a 2-minute clip. 2-minute clip. It gives us a nice insight into the view of how the world is looking at Hamas Diddy bin Laden Piker. By the way, a lot of people ask me why I returned to Twitter. It's for the retards. I'm there for the retards.
But apparently, this is what's crazy. So Hassan, remember how he said he got questioned?
Awkward.
It looks like they might be pulling the tapes.
Yeah! More than 2 million followers
So
says
dope.
he was detained and questioned at O'Hare Airport for more than 2 hours.
This all happened as he was headed here to speak at the University of Chicago. And
Oh,
now
that sucks.
federal workers are pushing back.
Yeah, that prominent Twitch streamer, Hasan Piker, he said that he was pulled over and questioned for hours right here at O'Hare Airport because of his political beliefs and his criticism of the current administration. We are asking
but
for
that's not
video
true.
of that incident. So
Yes! The footage of his fake arrest. Oh, this is gonna be so good. Oh, Lord.
Bro.
An agent came out and took me into the interrogation room. They started asking me about crazy.
It had chairs, guys. It had chairs.
Like, do you like Donald Trump?
That's American-born Twitch.
Bro, they asked him a fucking question in the airport. He made 3 YouTube videos about it and decided to make like some sort of race hoax. They're Islamophobic. They saw my name was Hassan, and that's why they asked me questions, because they hate Muslims.
Streamer and left-wing political commentator Hasan Piker
recounting
a 2-hour encounter with federal agents after he arrived in Chicago from a family vacation in Paris.
Everything I've done is fully protected under the First Amendment.
Well, isn't that like, I don't even know why you would say this. Like, you didn't go to jail, you didn't get arrested. Doesn't the fact that you're sitting there right now prove that? They do it randomly at times. Well, here's the thing,
bro. There are random checks in airports.
Out of the last 5 times I've flown on an airplane, 2 or 3 times I've been randomly selected for additional like vetting. Am I getting racially profiled as like a drug dealer or something? I mean,
damn.
None of these questions are
white people truly oppressed, the oppressed race, and everyone that disagrees, they're just wrong.
Are actually valid questions to ask.
I'm just saying, I think Muslims get a better treatment than white people these days. I've been looking at the media. I see social media. I'm just saying.
A Homeland Security official acknowledged the incident, telling us, quote, "This is nothing but lying for
yes, the Homeland Security does.
Claims that his political beliefs triggered the inspection are baseless. Nice. Our officers are following the law, not agendas."
And this is from the Department of Homeland Security. Let's see the tapes. Straight up, like, I actually think that if he made this up, it will be worse than the debate.
Questions about what my opinions were on Donald Trump. I told him I don't like Donald Trump. After that, he asked me about my opinion on Israel and my opinion on what's going on in Gaza.
I mean, that's insane. I can't imagine having to answer questions like that.
Might want to start damage control earlier versus later. Would be wild if you flat out made some shit out. Yeah, can't wait.
Yeah! Dude, I love this guy so much. He's trying so hard to be a little bit relevant. He's trying to turn the story tides away from his terrorist support.
God. We're going to get to the truth of this.
Yeah, but what he doesn't realize is that I am, in fact, a generational hater. Hassan has advocated on his stream multiple times for me to die and get killed by terrorists. So, I don't know. He created a generational hater, and it will not stop. So, this is Hassan's reaction to the fact that the news is calling him a liar. I think this is very fun, personally. So, let's take a look at how scared this little motherfucker is that they might actually get tapes. He basically admits he lies.
Did Hassan cover that he's on the news and they might be pulling footage from the interview?
Oh.
Did you cover this already? I hope they do. That would be fucking fantastic. What the fuck is this video?
A popular
Yeah, I have. I already covered this.
Oh, God. He's coping so hard. He's seething. He's crying. Look at his little terrorist support, little wussy bitch ass.
They're going to fucking... I don't even know if the DHS would release this footage.
They wouldn't release it, guys. I totally want them to.
Because if they do release the footage... It directly shows that I was 100% correct. Obviously, recall is not going to be one.
Let's see the tapes.
100%.
See, my favorite thing about this, I think that the American government has every right in the world to pull him over for extra questioning and screening because he supports multiple terrorist organizations. But he also lied about it. That's the funniest part. Like, dude, this is the ultimate win-win for Nuxanor slop tuber eaters. I'm just saying, the ultimate win-win. If he was actually in the crosshairs of the government for supporting terrorists, that's a W. And now he is.
But they would never release the full footage because then it would prove that they're asking fucking people, American citizens, whether they like Donald Trump or...
I love how he's sitting here. He's still going about this whole Donald Trump thing. Bro, you support terrorists.
Or not.
Let's be real here. You're a fucking freak. You rape-denying, terrorist-supporting fucking freak. And he's gonna sit here and grandstand about how his civil liberties are in jeopardy while he's out there fucking supporting every regime on the planet that don't have freedom of speech or democracy in any way. Love that.
Do you think the Department of Homeland Security wants that kind of information out there, especially when they didn't actually fucking mention it?
Look at him, so scared. Yeah, I want to see the tapes. Absolutely. Picture didn't happen, right?
Nazi Mold perma banned me for asking why students protesting was bad if they exercise their free speech right. Yeah, go ask him about his inconsistencies when it comes to free speech.
Yeah, let's go harass Asmongold. Go harass Asmongold, guys. Now, the funniest thing is, he lied. This is a clip where he just admitted he lied. right? He hopes they do. The funniest thing is if they do release it, it directly shows I was 100% correct. Obviously, recall not going to be 100%. They would never release the full footage. Like, you gotta realize how fucking hilarious this is. I think this is the funniest thing in the world. He just basically admitted that he fabricated some of it.
Obviously, recall is not going to be 100%.
Right, so this is the little defense that he's slipping in there. Now that he knows that there's a possibility that the tapes are gonna get pulled out, he's gonna drop in a little nice, cute little defense. Little defense, look at that, that's good. Just to slip it in there a little bit. Yeah, but anywho, recall's not gonna be 100% correct. I mean, I said 2 hours and it was really only 10 minutes. And then I said that they asked me questions about that they were illegal to ask me, but it turns out that no, it was a recall wasn't correct, but it was traumatizing. Okay, guys, I'm holding on to my diaper right now and traumatized. Please. Anyway, the more he hoaxes his way closer to the sun, the more people are actually going to look into him. The more people are going to realize he materially supports terrorist organizations, in my opinion. And here's my favorite part. My favorite part is whether he ends up in jail and Hasan Piker is 1000% fucked actually gets releases or not. The reality is, this story keeps changing. Hassan is a retard, and no one could possibly take him or his movement seriously at all. And that's hilarious. Anyway, Hassan's been crashing out over me the last couple of days. I felt like this was important to include in the video as well. Aside from the fact that Hassan has been caught completely and utterly lying about all this shit, he's also been literally going on these spiraling crash outs about me, which is fantastic. Literally awesome news. In case you are unaware or uninitiated, I recently covered his allegations against me. He goes on stream, calls me a pedophile with no evidence all the time. So anywho, let's see how crazy this goes.
And
watch him misrepresent the actual situation here. This is awesome.
What I find really funny is like this person,
right? Remember, he will never address me by name. Bro is shaking in his bootstraps, terrified, pissing his pants. His britchers are all colors right now.
Lolly VTuber guy. Okay, who is constantly making videos about me. That's like a super, like, Israel bricked this dude's brain.
My brain's just so bricked by not liking terrorists, I guess.
Very, very unwell individual.
Unwell. I'm unwell. I'm mentally unwell. Israel bricked my brain. I'm a lolly VTuber. Let's throw other ad hominem random bullshit character assassination attacks in there.
He goes, there's no evidence this happened.
I was right.
And then this person responds, we can debate whether his recounting of the incident is credible, but the government admits he was taken aside for extra scrutiny.
That's what he said, but if you actually look at the image that he showed on the screen, that's not what it says. It says that it was a random check and that he was promptly released. So, no, actually, this does not prove the claim at all.
He says Hassan claims ICE detained him.
That's true. Hassan did claim that. That was a verified lie.
This says they asked the guy that supports multiple U.S. designated terrorist organizations a few extra questions.
Turns out I'm completely correct.
To me, when someone is released, it suggests at one point they were not free to go.
That is literally everyone in any airport ever in the history of reality, ever since 9/11, okay? You are not free to go until you answer basic questions at passport security. Welcome to reality, guys. So no, released is literally every single person in an airport. You go to the airport, they ask you some questions, they look at your passport, and then they release you. That is the protocol for every single person that's ever been on a plane, all right? Now, everyone knows this is true, but this is my favorite thing ever. I love that. That's amazing. That's awesome. That's not called ICE arrested you. And, of course, Chad is literally crying. Hassanabi is 5,000% done this time. I'm telling you, they're all my fans. Why is it the lolly VTubers that are fascists?
He's like, look at the Department of Homeland Security statement.
Yeah, it doesn't prove anything. Good point.
It says it right there.
It doesn't say it actually at all.
Why the fuck are you? Why are you trying to debate this?
Show the next tweets, bro.
Okay.
I'm not debating it. I'm just right here, and the news agrees with me.
To which I said, Derek, you are arguing with an Israel dick rider who watches the pornographic anime of children.
So that's slander. Obviously, I don't do that. Anywho, I've already covered that. I've already covered that in my previous video, reacting to the allegations. Of course, he's not going to show the next reply where I say, when logic fails, slander, because he's slandering me. Love that. And he pauses, thinking he laughs at the slander. Little bit of slander, love that. And yeah, that's the clip. That's the clip, bro. He's so nervous. He's scared of me. That's the reality. I know I should be proud, but I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed that the biggest leftist political streamer on the internet is this fucking retard. But I'm not that ashamed, because I'm gonna keep making fun of him. Never fear. The shame doesn't end everything. So anyway, I retweeted this clip of him coping to saying that I am honored to announce that Hasan Diddy Party Piker is another avid fan of the How Fucked is Hasan Piker franchise. Truly, they're coming out everywhere. They all know me. They all know who I am. They know my takes. Let's stop trying to make believe that we're misrepresenting any of this. This is crazy. In this one clip, he slanders me, misrepresents my argument, refuses to say my name. It just keeps winning. I love how half the people hate Nux for being a lolicon, half the people hate Nux for being an anti-lolly. So true. Yeah, I have always been anti-lolly. I think that shit's weird. Always. But it doesn't matter, because it's so easy to misrepresent arguments, because I made fun of random anime shit that came out of Japan. So, as it happens, every time I go viral for specific instances, like beefing with the largest leftist political streamer, the retards decide to crawl out of the fucking sewers. So this is a ancient video of mine from like 5 years ago. I'll tell you what I think about it. So this is a tweet saying, imagine putting hours of work and investing a ton of money into a YouTube video with great premise that turns out really good, only for it to get demonetized, not suggested, and not went to sub feeds properly. This is why YouTube is so demoralizing. By the way, I stand by this, even though it's a tweet from 5 years ago. And also, it wasn't even about this video! Anyway, this is a video that I made as an April Fool's Day video. I donated $10,000 to streamers if they say the N-word live. The N-word was nipple in this video that I made. It was an April Fool's video. It was hilarious, and I actually stand by it completely. I know that I've been canceled by this for this video all the time. As you can see, this has 70,000 likes on it trying to cancel me. I stand by it. I think it's fucking funny. I'll just be real. I think it's hilarious. Y'all are pussies and losers. Anyway, Hassan decides, hey, this is an instance where we can attack this guy. Because I've been living rent-free on this man's head for a very long time. So glad this moron spends all his time complaining that everyone hates Israel, my fault, instead of doing whatever the fuck this was, or showing people lolly porn. You ready, gamers? Are you ready? Glad this 45-year-old terrorist supporter is still crying about me, his fault, instead of fucking sex trafficking victims of questionable ages at German brothels or diddy parties. And unfortunately... he had no response for this one, because holy fucking shit, I annihilated this man completely. Yeah, it was over. Even my haters were like, if a slime like Nux has the high ground on you, the government should be able to harvest your organs. Yeah, even the Nux haters are on my side here. Yeah, I destroyed him. I ruined his life. And he's gone. Of course, he decides he's not going to actually engage with this at all, because let's not do that. And then, don't worry, the Hassan fucking degenerate freaks pop out of the woodwork to do their absolute best to insult you in every possible way. Knowing that Nux Taku guy is Israeli makes everything make sense. Now, remember, the big Hassan argument, every single time, is... oh, I don't hate Jews. I just hate Zionists and Israelis. I don't hate Jews. So, this all falls apart. The community, came to cook. There's no evidence Nux Taku is Israeli. I'm not Israeli. I even retweeted this. I'm not Israeli. Y'all just hate Jews. Insane self-report. This is the most insane self-report, by the way. This is a crazy self-report. Mutahar says, you're Canadian. That's worse. Love that. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Yeah, it's crazy. It's actually insane. Actual brain death. These people out there, they just hate Jews. All right, listen, that's just what they do. It's what they do. Anywho, don't worry, because Hassan's crash out about me continues. All right, don't worry, guys. Don't worry, Hassan is not finished crashing out about me. Oh, God. Check it out, gamers. So this is Hassan reacting to some video talking about his critics, because Hassan could never actually engage with his actual critics because he's a gigantic pussy. Thanks to Hassan, the blue whale has the second biggest vagina on the planet. So he reacts to people that criticize his critics instead of reacting to them themselves. Remember, he will never engage with me. He will never engage with my arguments because he's a terrified little pussy bitch, unfortunately. It's not easy to be such a pathetic little loser retard that supports terrorists. Supporting terrorists is not viable in modern America, it seems, for retard Hassan, the second largest political streamer on Twitch. So, anywho, look at this. Look at him just turn tail and run. This is the greatest clip on the internet.
Anyway, I am done talking about Ethan Klein unless he responds to one of my videos. Funnily enough, the only one who responded to the last one was the fucking cartoon guy.
All right, so obviously talking about me, the fucking cartoon guy. And look at what Hassan does. The moment this guy brings me up, he might show one of my points on his stream. Are you ready? Are you ready?
So, I mean, good on him.
Closes the video.
Anyway.
Pauses the next video.
Anyway, that'll be all for today from
ends the stream.
Me, folks. And tomorrow we'll get to some lighter events.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm done talking about Ethan
Klein
it's
the best clip ever.
To one of my videos. Funnily enough, the only one who responded to the last one was the fucking cartoon guy. So, I mean, good on him.
Closes the video, pauses the next one, ends
that'll
the
be
stream.
all for today from me, folks.
Holy shit.
And tomorrow
keep
we'll
running,
get to
bro.
some lighter events.
Anyway,
this is my favorite clip on the internet. This is my favorite clip ever. That's amazing. I've never seen such a gigantic pussy on the planet. He was so afraid that I might speak on his stream. I might speak. I might influence the people that he is in fact a retard. You see, the greatest part of the How Fucked is Hasan Piker franchise is not just am I tearing him apart with facts and logic, but also I am exposing his bitchness to the world. He thinks ignoring me will make me stop. He doesn't realize that this is not helping his case. Hassan literally sees me pop up, immediately closes the video and ends stream. It's just a colossal dub. He don't know you, little bro. Really? Then why has he been crying about me for a week? Yeah, true. Hassan has nightmares of this blue guy. Now, Kirsch was banned on Twitch for pathetic reasons, for some reason, who knows. So Kirsch was banned on Twitch. So I, of course, said Kirsch got banned because she's edgy, but Hasan Piker supports U.S. designated terrorists, tells his audience to murder senators, calls all his critics rapists and pedophiles, uses every slur against Jews, but Twitch throws him birthday parties. And Kirsch got unbanned on Twitch. Look, I didn't have anything to do with it, okay? There's no way that little blue retard over here, I call her Kirsch, shut up. There's no way I helped her. I'm just saying, she's unbanned now. So we take those, I suppose. So this is Jonathan El-Khoury. He is a Lebanese Christian, I believe. And he delivered a direct message to Hasan Diddler Piker, the Diddy Party enthusiast of all time. And he released a message to him as someone that actually understands how awful the terrorist organizations that Hassan supports actually are. So let's go, baby.
Hasan Piker, take a seat. I'm tired of Western privileged influencers.
Yeah! Sorry.
Like yourself, who have no idea about what's going on in the Middle East,
this is
yet
great.
Go and support their organization.
This is true, by the way. Hassan has no idea what he's talking about, which is why he's scared to debate anybody like me, for example.
As you sit comfortably behind your desk, your screen, your microphone, and support the resistance.
I don't have an issue with them, let's just say.
Let me, your Lebanese Christian uncle, explain it.
There we go. You can't even blame the Jews for this, all right? This is a Lebanese Christian man, all right? He'll understand more about fucking terrorism in Lebanon than anyone ever will, all right? I'm just saying. I am just saying.
You see, Hassan, for people like me, it's not just another topic to argue about or buzzword. It's my life.
But Hassan cares about the feelings of other people, it seems.
My father defended our home from the PLO's occupation of
That's the Palestinian Liberation Authority.
When the PLO decided to resist the Lebanese people that gave them shelter. Thousands of Lebanese women, men, and children died in the name of Palestinian resistance. And after the Lebanese prevailed, here came Hezbollah. At the beginning, they gained huge public support in Lebanon because they said they resist the Israeli presence of south of Lebanon.
But it turns out a lot of that shit is propaganda.
So when Israel decided to leave Lebanon in May 2000, the resistance kept going, and they ended up pointing their weapons against us, the Lebanese people. I grew up hearing and living these stories. I saw with my own eyes Hezbollah's unfolding occupation of Lebanon, and we see the consequences today.
Oh my God, is Hassan supporting occupiers?
Not by watching the news or reading it on social media or having endless Twitch streams. I see it in my family that had to defend our home. Eventually, we had no other option but to leave and start over. Because Hezbollah, the one that you praised as pretty successful, they set the tone. They decided to assassinate everyone who decided to resist by speaking out against them.
Damn, Hassan supporting genocidal freaks? That's crazy. No way Hassan would do that. Because I can't believe Hassan would do something like that. That's crazy. Hassan supporting a genocidal freak terrorist organization that murders their own people? I mean, he's 3 for 3. Hamas murders Palestinians in Gaza. We got Houthis murdering civilians in Yemen. We got Hezbollah murdering civilians in Lebanon. It's the trifecta of genocidal freak fucking awful regimes that Hassan supports.
Politicians, Lebanese journalists, but when
killing journalists? Hassan, I've never heard you talk about this. Every single time a so-called journalist in Gaza is killed by Israel, even though they are on terrorist organizations' lists, you throw them eulogies. I've never even heard about this.
Had to flee Lebanon and to find a shelter where I can live freely, not just as a Lebanese, but also as a human being and Christian in the Middle East. There was no other country that accepted me and my family except for Israel. Not my homeland Lebanon, not Syria, not Yemen.
No, they kill Christians in all those places. No, that's not a place for Christians.
Or any one of these countries that you claim to be victims. Israel did. You see, Hassan, when you support terrorists from your comfortable, amazing life in the West, you're spitting in the face of the people who had to survive them.
Yikes! Anyway, I thought that was a pretty insane post by Mr. Jonathan El Khoury over here. That was wild. And I'm sure Hassan will learn his lesson from this. I'm sure Hassan will learn his lesson from this completely. This will definitely change his worldview, because you see, Hassan always fights for the little guy, right? Either that or he just wants to kill Jews. I don't know. I can't tell. I don't care if you raped the stormtroopers during the rebellion. True. Harry Potter and the denier of rape. Middle Earth deserved the 2 towers, dude. Bro, I've been fucking cooking, bro. I've been cooking. Harry Piker and the deathly Houthis. And these memes have been spreading everywhere. Everywhere they have been going. It's been fantastic. It's been good. It's been great. So Hassan makes this tweet yesterday. Israel is far worse than Hamas and has done thousands of October 7ths with airstrikes, ground invasions, mass starvations of 19 months. Anyone who refuses to recognize this fact simply doesn't believe Palestinians are human. That's Hassan doing possibly the most unbelievable false equivalence of all time, saying that if you think that Hamas is worse than Israel, then you must think Palestinians aren't human, which is an insane leap of logic. When the reality is, and I'm going to say this because I'm sure this will piss off Hasan Piker, and I'm going to say this because this is what I firmly believe. Hassan does not give a single fuck about Palestinians. If he cared about Palestinians even 1 iota, he would condemn Hamas at the top of his lungs. Hamas started the fucking war. Hamas didn't end the war because they didn't release the hostages. To this day, they could have, they didn't. Hamas puts their fucking military bases in hospitals and in kindergartens in order to maximize civilian casualties, all right, for propaganda purposes. And Hamas, let me just remind you, Hamas murders Palestinians in Gaza when they protest against Hamas. They kill them. So Hassan over here is part of the propaganda machine. He does not care about Palestinians. He cares about the fucking virtue signal grift fucking message. That's my opinion. And I think it's backed up by literally everything that we see here. I really think so. I personally believe this. Now, I think this message will piss off Hassan. And I think that is a healthy thing. Bro does not care about the Palestinians. He doesn't. If he cared about the Palestinians, he would condemn Hamas. The one that started the war, continued the war, uses human shields, murders the Palestinians that they claim to fight for when they dissent. They are fucking atrocious monsters. They are. Realistically, there are. And anywho, also Hassan felt like not covering this story, so I felt like I would, even though he's a political streamer, right? He's a political streamer. He covers all sorts of politics. So I felt like, hey, let's actually cover politics here. There was an Israeli mother that was killed in the West Bank on the way to give birth. This is just a random Israeli civilian that was on her way to give birth and was shot by monsters. And Hamas's response to this was, we congratulate the heroic shooting operation that took place near the town of there, west of there, which was carried out by the bravest of our people in the West Bank, murdering a pregnant lady on her way to giving birth. This is something that Hamas supports. So remember when Hassan says that, no, they're just a resistance group. They don't actually want to kill civilians. When they say in their own charter that they want to kill all Jews, they don't actually want to kill all Jews. No, what are you talking about? It's ridiculous. And here they are, literally celebrating the fact that a 9-month-old lady on her way to giving birth was murdered. These are fucking disgusting pieces of shit. The soldiers of Hamas, if you can call them soldiers, that wear civilian garb are fucking awful people. And the reason why there are horrific civilian casualties in Gaza is mostly the fault of Hamas. The people that do their best to start the war, continue the war, and use human shields. So, Hassan, feel free to debate me. You won't, because you're a pussy. And thank you all so much for joining. Hasan Piker is 470% fucked. Homeland Security's looking into him. He's still crashing out about me, which is fantastic. We love those. He's still losing his mind that I exist. Hell yeah. And there he is, misrepresenting every situation he can for social media grift points. I don't think he cares about Palestine. I don't think he cares about Palestinians. I think he cares about his $4 million mansion in Beverly Hills, while he claims that people should not have the right to own land and quote the Communist Manifesto. Thanks so much for being here, ladies and gentlemen. Stay weird, fam. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.